it's like it's been incentivized to be able to just say things. In a way, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's more like there's nothing wrong with that if it's genuine. Like if somebody genuinely likes something, that's great. And this has been talked about to death, but it's like when it's made it like, especially specifically social media, that when you see that like, because of the tendencies that humans go to when it comes to their ego and how self-centered they can be, it's just this rush that people are noticing you, they're liking you, and it boosts you,
Yep.
you know, in a way that can sometimes be detrimental to you. And in turn, it
Yep.
can
You
be
see it,
detrimental to society depending on how much influence you have on others.
and you see it now.
Yes, you do.
And
On
this is why
on
Death Stranding is so god tier.
It is really like the thing is like I agree. It's in a way low key, man. This game is really talking about everything that's going on
Yeah, that I
and
don't
where it
think
could
it's
be
low
headed.
key at all. I think it's
To the uninitiated, is low
yeah,
key.
to the uninitiated. In a way, it's like it's low key that in its presentation somewhat.
Yes.
If you don't understand what some of these things on the internet does to you.
Yeah. Well, you know
But
that's why.
when you're analyzing stories, game design, and everything, it becomes apparent. Like, oh shit, this is what this game Death Stranding is doing.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. It's
And
go ahead.
no, you go ahead, because this is
Oh.
gonna be a bit.
All I was gonna say was like that's why I remarked as soon as I started playing the game, like, oh, Kojima clearly has an understanding of the occult in some kind of way, because the things I'm
Yeah,
saying
man.
are like you wouldn't be able to make this without
So
a
many people do. So
clear.
many people do,
I'm not
and
saying he has it
it's
in a
just
bad way, but in some kind of way, he understands it clearly,
Hmm. Yeah, like
and
I
he's
think
using it
that
for good. I think from what I see.
I don't watch Death Stranding videos as much as others or whatever, you know, when
Yeah,
especially the analyzation. I didn't
gotta beat
want to
the game
watch.
first.
I didn't want to watch reviews. I didn't want to watch like analytical shit because it's a Kojima game. I understand the type of games he makes. They're not the kind of games you want to spoil yourselves on whatsoever. But so I don't know if anyone's figured this out. But in my mind, I think the game actually, I mean, it is a horror game in some aspects, but it's a horror game on a social level, like on a social
Yeah.
commentary level. And I don't know if anyone's figured it out. I know I keep saying that, so I'm just gonna get to it. I think Kojima is actually talking about like how scary like the world of Death Stranding actually is. And I don't mean it in a way where like, oh, there's Timefall, which can fucking age anything, it can destroy anything, you know, and degrade it, you know, on
Yeah.
a rapid scale, or even how people are disconnected or whatever. I think it's actually more of a, it's like the dark truth about the game is that what you're doing is actually not good. It's actually
Yeah.
not good what you're doing throughout the game. And the reason I say that is because, yeah, it's great that we can be all connected, and that's the pro of something like the internet, because to be honest, that's what you're doing. The Cairo network is pretty much the internet.
Yeah.
You are
yeah.
But it's
connecting
worse.
you are connecting everyone on the internet, but it is actually worse. And the reason it's
Much
worse
worse.
is the moment they put that fucking bracelet on your arm.
You already knew, right? Remember
I
I told
knew
you that?
Oh,
immediately.
Remember I told you that? And
oh,
Yeah,
and
oh
Chris,
my
you should
God.
know. You should know it's
Yes.
a handcuff.
it's a
They're
fucking
handcuffs.
handcuff. It's
It's a
literally a
great
handcuff.
metaphor.
Dude,
Chris, you gotta
that's
play
what
the
I'm.
game, bro.
Dude,
You gotta play the game.
Okay.
this
Yeah.
fucking game is so godlike. It's so
Okay.
godlike,
So
and I don't even
there's.
think anybody's realized it. Again,
They don't, man, because they're
I like that.
intimidated by something that's different. But Chris, you will like this game. You'll get a lot.
I like what's being said here because me and
you know
Aaron talk
what?
about shit like this a lot.
I'm
So
gonna buy you the game for Christmas. Just, I'm not even joking. I'll buy it
shit,
for you.
man.
I'll get it for you. Matter of
That's
fact,
all you
I'm
had
go.
to say.
Yeah,
Join
nigga,
us.
let me go
I
to.
got lots of shit put down for you, brother.
Okay,
Let me
but the
go.
internet, I like the way you put it. That we're being connected through the internet, but we're really not. It's because we're not physically connected, and that goes back to me, talking about the whole like natural way of living and physically being connected to everyone and everything around you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
This is a society where we're living in these boxes and we're going to be connected through the metaverse virtually. We're not even going to leave our fucking houses anymore.
No, see,
That's the new reality.
What what I'm getting out of this game, and this is not really anything that's been said in the game. It's not a spoiler. It's just my thoughts, and what I've noticed so far is that it's pretty much saying that as a result of being connected in this way through the internet, and as it advances more, we're stranding not only ourselves, but we're stranding our souls. That's why it's called Death Stranding.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm, dude.
Not
Dude,
just physically.
dude, that's what I was like. Holy shit, this fucking game. Death Stranding isn't just in regards to the literal Death Stranding that you see. Death Stranding is called Death Stranding because we're being connected via this network, and it's going to be the death of us.
Yes.
Yep.
That's why it's called Death Stranding. That's actually that's how the clickbait titles, the dark truth about Death Stranding. That's pretty much what but it's true. That's what it is. And like, if you're not really paying attention and if you're just going along with it, then you're not gonna see it. And that's the problem, especially in stuff in like real life. When you just go along with it, you're not gonna see these things. But in the game, that's what, like, you are literally handcuffed in the fucking game.
Yeah.
They're tracking you and listening the entire time.
Yeah, exactly.
In the game.
Everything.
Everything.
And the thing is like, it's so fucking smart how Kojima.
And where do we live? What are we living under right now? A surveillance state.
Yes.
It's becoming more globally authoritarian.
Yes, and despite Edward Snowden,
what's going on here? The internet is
the fucking
boosting
morons
everything.
still want it. Most of the common people still want it because they waste their potential. The thing is, like, see, that's what I like about Death Stranding, especially. It's a thinking man's game, right? Like,
dude.
Kojima, think about it. The way Kojima did it, he already laid it out on you. And like I said, me as well. I haven't really seen anything that outright says what we're talking about right now. So it's not spoilers at all. It's just thoughts, thinking out loud. He puts it in front of you in the very fucking beginning, dude. Like, Sam's not on board with that shit. He doesn't want to do it. He didn't agree to anything.
Yeah, he's the reluctant hero.
On him, you know what I mean? Like, he doesn't.
Yeah.
There's obviously reasons why he doesn't want anything to do with it. We still don't know why. But
yeah, because he's like, because that he used to be like with Bridges, if I remember correctly. But then he went on his own, and then he's like reluctantly back, like he doesn't want to do it.
He does.
Maybe just because we don't know why he's so reluctant or why he just wants to keep to himself. Maybe, like, I don't know. The game is still a mystery to me in some ways. Still a mystery in a lot of ways.
I'll put it this way: I'm only getting to a point where I found out something, but it's still, it's not even. It's more or less is a piece of the overall puzzle.
This technically isn't a good thing, because, like, again, great, we're getting connected. People aren't exactly isolated anymore, right? Yeah. But you're getting connected, and because of this connection, you're it kind of incentivizes the entire creation of some of the systems that you do in the game. So, like, for instance, when you put bases onto the Cairo network, you can then see people's you can see their structures and signs. What do those signs do? They build you up. But what does it do? They're there also to see, in a way, like, even I got caught in this, and it's like, okay. I caught this, like, because I would do it too, where you do it, and some people mentioned it in reviews too, where, like, you do it, put the signs out, and you're expecting something back. What are you expecting back in the game? Likes. You're expecting likes. and what that actually and how that actually affects you, you know, emotionally, mentally. It affects you the exact same way as
Spiritually.
when and it affects you the exact same way as social media does.
Yes,